Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wes, the Suburban Viking. Of course, we got Dave here with us, and we are Midgard Axe. Hardware store hatchets. Are they good enough for axe throwing? Let's find out with the Fiskars Hatchet. In this series, our hardware store hatchet's good enough for axe throwing, guys. I get quick, to the point. I give you pros, cons, I throw it, and then at the end I tell you if it's good enough for axe throwing. So let's get into the specs of this thing, its overall appearance, and I'll give you my first impressions on it. Fiskars has a very unique sheath with a carry handle on top and a little knob here where you can put like a nail or something and hang it up in your shed. It's pretty decent. It has a little switch here that you flip. I didn't mean to do that, but that's what happens when you do that. If you want to put it back in, you just put it in like this and then flip the switch back over, and it's securely in there, okay? Pretty decent. It's made of polymer. It does the job, you know, pretty good. Better than a rubber bit cover, right? And of course, guys, what do we do with sheaths on this channel? We toss them. Specs, let's get into them. Okay, this thing is coming in at 13 3/4 inches long. The head length from the pole to the bit is 5 1/4 inches long, and the bit itself is measuring in at 2 3/4 inches. I weighed this in on my scale and it came in at 1 pound and 7 ounces. Now, getting into weight distribution on this thing, guys, it is bit heavy, okay? So you do have the weight tipping forward, which is nice. I do like bit heavy axes for axe throwing. But just kind of throwing out the elephant in the room here, this knob down here. I'm not a huge fan of Fiskars' knob. I have a bunch of their splitting axes and chopping axes, and I love them. I think they're good for the money. I just don't like their knob design. My boys, when they use them to chop and split with, they don't care for it either. It is a little uncomfortable. I wish Fiskars would do something with this knob design, but I can tell you right now, this is not going to work for axe throwing. This thing is way too high, okay? So what we're going to have to do before we even start throwing this thing is I'm going to have to shave this down. Now, I will tell you the handle is hollow inside, so I'm going to do my best to try and not make a huge hole in at the top. But I will say I should be able to contour it nicely. If you think about it, when you put your hand on the axe handle, you're only putting your hand here. So I should be able to go around the eye here, the hole they've made for paracord or whatever. I should be able to go around it and make it look nice. So let's get into the actual head. It does have a steel pole in the back, and the bit sharpness, it's decent. It's okay. It's not like the sharpest thing in the world, but it's not dull either. You could do some work with it, but you'd have to sharpen it. As far as the degree of the bit, guys, it's like a really high, steep triangle almost. As it goes down, it gets fatter and fatter and fatter. So you would have to shave these cheeks down in order to throw with this thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go shave the cheeks down. I'm going to sharpen the bit. I'm going to take this knob down, and then we're going to come back and throw it, okay? So let's do it. Shave the knob down. It's gone. It should feel really good out of the hand now, nice and streamlined. I did thin the cheeks just a little, gave it a nice edge. Let's throw it and see what happens. I will say that knob being gone now, it does help. I can definitely feel it's more streamlined out of the hand than trying to throw that thing with that huge knob. Can you use the Fiskars Hatchet for axe throwing? Yes. But should you use it? Maybe. I'll say maybe. Once I shaved this knob down and reprofiled the cheeks a little bit and gave it a decent edge, it wasn't bad. I will say it's coming in anywhere between like 30 to 40 bucks, somewhere in there. I will say that if you use this thing for axe throwing, you would really need to spend some time on the cheeks on this thing. They are super fat. And I did have a little bit of an issue sticking it from time to time because these cheeks were just too fat. Whenever it went in the target, it kind of wanted to work its way back out. So if I use this for axe throwing, I would have to spend a lot of time on these cheeks, thinning them down. Now, I would say it's personal opinion. If you want to take the time to do that, if you're like a diehard Fiskars fan, then I'd say go for it. This thing is a freaking tank. You can beat it up, hit the knob, hit the eye, beat the handle up, guys, and it's not going to break. I mean, my boys throw these. I bought 2 of these for my boys. They throw them, and they've beat those things to death, and they haven't broken yet. The edge did hold very nice. I got no gouging, no rollover at all, and I was able to get this thing very sharp. As far as the edge retention goes, it's a little dull, but I will say that the edge is held very well for how much I've been throwing it and for how hard I've been throwing it. So all in all, not bad. I would have to say, me owning Fiskars, and I know a bunch of you out there own Fiskars, I would say this would be a personal choice. I do like it. However, the cheeks for me are just a little too fat. You'd have to spend a lot of time shaving these cheeks down because, like I said, that wedge shape they got going on, it'll kind of come into the target like this, and then all of a sudden it'll just walk its way out with a clean stick sometimes. So that's just because of the degree in which the cheeks and the bit have been, grinded. So, take that into account. But I will say, guys, it's not bad. If you had one already and you want to modify it, go for it. If you have one local to you and you just kind of want to get an axe to kind of throw for distance that's not going to break, that'll hold up to really hard throws, that's light, that you can manage, it won't hurt your arm throwing, I say get one. I think it would be really good for young people if you took this knob down because it's very indestructible. You could throw it from distance. It would, like I said, it's not heavy. Just a good all-around little hatchet. And I think if you shave those cheeks down, it'd be good for axe throwing. The only cons that I can think of with this axe is the knob. I took my Dremel to it in like 10 minutes and did that. It was very simple. The cheeks, they're way too fat. That design is just way too fat. It's almost wedge shaped. So you'd have to spend a lot of time shaving these cheeks down. And the bit size. I'm not a huge fan of bits underneath 3 inches for axe throwing, especially for a hatchet. I think they could have at least gone with a 3-inch bit on it. But that's really kind of the only cons I can think of with this thing. It flew very well, and I think you'd manage pretty well. Just thin those cheeks down and you'd be good with this. So tell me in the comment section, guys, what do you think about this hatchet here, the Fiskars Hatchet? Do you guys own some? Do you have some Fiskars axes? I have some and I love them. I just don't really use them for axe throwing. I just don't feel like they're up to throwing. This one right here is not bad. You have to modify it. So I would say if you want to put the time and effort into modifying one, you totally could, but that's just personal preference. If you guys want to win this axe, go down in the comment section and write axe. Yes, I'm going to give this away. I'm going to give it to one of you guys. 1 comment per person. You must be subscribed to me, and make sure you write axe first and then put whatever comment you want to put in after that. I'll let it run for 5 days like I always do, and then after the 5 days is over, I'll announce it in the next video after that. Hope you guys enjoy this axe. Whoever wins it, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you put it to the test. I hope you get to throw it. And whoever wins this, come back and tell me what you think about it, if it worked out for you or not. I'm really curious. I appreciate all your support. I really do. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for watching me throw. I love it. And thanks for being part of the channel. But until next time, guys, see ya. Okay, so can you use the Fiskars Hatchet for axe throwing? Yes, but that wasn't part of it.